I'm going to now go on to the final bit. Sorry, I'm not going to take, I'm just going to take another 15 minutes of your time. Let's go share. So we've talked about Raedan Institute and MeLearning. I'm going to now open the floor up to further questions. If you've got specific questions, you can either talk to me, you can come online and ask your question, or you can type it. So I'm going to leave that for about 10-15 minutes. So any questions, it doesn't matter what's it about. It's about jobs, applying for jobs in Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia. It's about the 5-session webinar. It's about the consultancy. It's about the coaching, the mentoring. Any questions you have, please feel free to ask me, and I will try and answer all your questions. Yeah, I just want to mention one thing. I think there's a couple of areas that I want to look at. So those people who are struggling to find a particular job, it's not a matter of getting a teaching job. It's a job that you're going to be happy with. It's a job you're going to be content with. It's a job where there's going to be potential, avenues for promotion. It's a job where you're satisfied. You have a work-life balance. You're not overworked. You're not going home marking for 3 hours a day. So all these factors have to be taken into consideration. However, you might not get that luxury sometimes. However, you can overcome those by training, by effective training. Is the coaching and mentoring a separate course from the 5 sessions? Yes, it is. It's a different course because that's usually tailor-made to your level. So for example, Mirella wants to get into middle management and senior management, so the course is tailor-made for her to get to that level. Okay, but as soon as you start making money from the 5 sessions, then you can then invest in the coaching mentoring if you want to. So what qualification do we get after this training? The 5-session webinar is a CPD course. You get a certification from us, from Academica Mentoring, saying you've done these, and you can use that as part of your PDP and your portfolios as well. If you want further training, you can go on to the MeLearning through Raedan Institute and get the accredited courses as well. But these 5 sessions go into in-depth detail of where you should be and the awareness you should have. As long as you can go through those 5 sessions, that will have a massive impact, because some of the language you'll start using in your interviews or interviews or even discussions will automatically transform, because you have to understand that certain people from the UK, editors from the UK or from the United States or Canada use a particular language. And if you're not from these countries and you have a particular accent, for example, it gets picked up. But as long as you're using the language, you should be able to get into a school. Okay, so Barakat, that's, I hope I've answered your question. Anyone else? Doing quite well today, I think.